AI is a huge risk to businesses of all sizes. What you need if you really want to make $10 million in 2 years or less is an AI-proof business. And no, I'm not talking about fixing toilets, cleaning dusty air conditioners, or hooking up smart TVs as a plumber, HVAC technician, or electrician. This business model is as AI-proof as it gets, and it's been around for hundreds of years, and I guarantee you it'll be around for the rest of your life and longer. I'll show you exactly how to use this business model to build a $10 million business in 2 years or less in just a few steps. Let's get into it. So the first step is to choose an AI-proof model. AI is all software and information. So software and information businesses are highly risky right now. This includes starting a SaaS business, an agency, or a business selling online courses. All of those are easy to do with AI. What you want is a business that deals in the physical, meaning non-digital world. And that's very hard for AI to affect. Now, you could go buy and build an HVAC business, an electrical business, or a plumbing business, but the problem is, first, you have to come up with the money or spend years getting certified yourself. Then you have a bunch of people you have to manage and deal with. Then you're competing for small amounts of money in businesses very hard to scale big because they're based on a narrow geographic area. So what's left with physical stuff if it's not 3D printing and it's not those service type businesses? Well, rather than repairing physical things, why not sell physical things? So step 2 is discovering the right consumer products model. People have been buying physical consumer products for thousands of years, literally since 7000 BCE. You think AI is going to change that? I don't think so. We still need physical stuff in our lives and always will. So what you sell is physical goods. But what kind of business do you build selling physical goods? Because there's a lot of options out there. Well, if you don't want to have to manage a lot of employees, deal with a small margin business with little profits, and don't want to deal with the hassle of a physical storefront, you sell high margin consumer products specifically online. Online retail is still only 20% of total retail and is growing by $600 billion per year. You have a huge tailwind at your back in selling consumer products online, also known commonly as e-commerce. But the way most people do e-commerce and what they were even teaching a few years ago is all completely wrong today in the age of AI. So very shortly, you're going to discover the right way to do it in the age of AI. And if you want the highest margins and highest business value possible, as much as 5 times more valuable for the same level of profit, you want to own the brand. That means no drop shipping. And so that brings us to building a branded e-commerce business. Now, if you're going to go from $0 all the way to $10 million in 2 years, you've got to really understand what that means because it's a big goal. Let's say the average dollar value of products people order from you per order is $100. That means you need 100,000 orders per year to hit $10 million. That's around 300 orders per day. To hit that, you can't go after small, tiny markets with few customers, which is what a lot of people teach in e-commerce. You could start that way, but you'll soon need to add many products to hit your goal. That means many suppliers, many product pages, and many marketing campaigns, many ads, many funnels, and a whole lot of headache. That's the reason a lot of people teaching that model spend all their time teaching that model because they can't actually make any money doing it. It's far simpler to sell just one product with the room to expand to $10 million by itself, no additional products. Red Bull got to $1 billion in sales with a single 8.4 ounce can. So I think we can find a few $10 million product opportunities ourselves. And there are really 2 types of products you want to look at. The fastest way to grow a business today is online advertising, specifically meta advertising, which encompasses Facebook and Instagram ads. No matter what market you're in, you're going to pay a similar cost per 1,000 impressions on Meta to advertise. Everyone pays per 1,000 impressions, and it's an auction, and you can target anybody you want on there, so everyone is competing with each other. So if everyone pays around the same price, what determines who gets to scale big with meta advertising, the biggest advertising channel for most brands, and who can never scale at all? What really matters is how much money the business makes from each customer. If we both pay $50 to get a customer, for example, and I make $100 on average per customer, while you make $25 on average per customer, Who's going to scale? Me, all day long, because I can just keep spending more and more and more and making money to the point where you're actually losing money getting new customers. So the whole game of online advertising is to make more money from each customer than all of your competitors. When you do that, you win. And so there's two ways to do this. Way number one is with a consumable product. Brands like My Coffee Business, Athletic Greens or AG1, Groones, the vitamin supplement brand, tons of brands out there have scaled big to hundreds of millions of dollars selling consumable products, meaning products that are actually consumed and have to be repurchased. Now, that's a great way to build a business. So the second way, though, is completely different. It's selling a high margin, one-time purchase product. This is a product such as Yeti coolers, for example. If you buy a $400 cooler, you don't need to turn around the next month and buy another $400 cooler because that cooler is probably going to last 10 years. But you have to make a lot of money up front. When you do that, selling that product, you can also scale that business. So whether you're getting all the money up front or an automatic payments like a consumable business, the whole goal is to increase lifetime value or LTV. That's what really matters. It doesn't matter if you get $200 up front or if you get $200 over the course of the year from subscription sales or consumable sales. What you want to make sure is that whatever business you're entering, you make a lot of money per average customer. Now, how do you know if the product you want to sell can actually sell enough to support your $10 million goal? Well, just look them up on Amazon, and then you can even check how much they sell using a free Amazon sales estimator. You can just Google free Amazon sales estimator or use any of the paid tools like amazing.com or Helium 10. Any of these tools will tell you on Amazon, the product you want to sell, how much does it typically sell? And that gives you a good idea if it can support your goal, because there's no point in entering there if no products out there already sell at least $10 million. That's not a good sign. So you're looking for some that are selling at least $10 million a year or around 800 grand per month. That is a big enough market for you to enter and spend your time on. So what you want to do is find a product that can support that level of sales, then start reading the reviews of the current products in that market. What do people like? What do people not like? Who's buying this product? Then your whole goal is to be able to create a product in that same market that's slightly better, at least for some subset of customers. And you can do that by first studying the market, then going out there and finding a supplier using Alibaba.com or even Google. Just search for whatever the product name is, supplier or manufacturer. You'll find plenty of options and then start talking with them about the improvement that you would like to make to that product. Now, this really helps if you're familiar with the market. You already buy similar products. It's a hobby you're interested in. It's some area of the market that you've worked in. That's going to give you a huge advantage. It's not 100% necessary, but definitely gives you a huge advantage because you know what those customers like and don't like. Then once you choose that one product, your whole goal is to sell on one channel at first. Because if you're going to scale to $10 million in 2 years, you can't spread yourself too thin. You need to master one thing, like the Bruce Lee saying, I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. You want to pick one sales channel to absolutely dominate. My recommendation for e-commerce businesses is to start and master Shopify. You don't even need a full built-out store. Shopify is a platform that allows you to sell physical products and even some digital products, and you end up with a home page, your about page, contact page, and also product pages where you actually sell stuff. All that really matters is where you're going to be sending most of your traffic to. I would recommend even creating what's called a landing page, which is basically just a well-structured page that allows you to convert prospective customers into buyers. Now, here is the first place that AI can actually help you in this business, because you can use tools now like Gemini's Canvas to code an entire landing page in minutes. Our top converting landing page for our newest product was 100% built with AI. So this is where you can leverage that technology in a business that's been around for thousands of years. Now, the way you find out what a good landing page should look like is extremely simple. Just Google top Shopify stores. From there, look at some of those Shopify stores or businesses in what's called Facebook ad library, which allows you to look up a certain Facebook page tied to a brand. You can see all the ads that they run. You can click on those ads and you can see all of their Shopify landing pages. Then find the ones running a lot of ads. You see a ton of ads when you look them up. And you can also look up Shopify stores that have been featured on big e-commerce podcasts, and sometimes they'll even tell you their revenue levels, and they'll tell you how much they're advertising on Facebook. So those are great brands to go look up because they all have top converting landing pages. Then you have Gemini create a landing page similar to theirs for your product. Give them the URL of that landing page, give them the information about your new product, and say, hey, create me a landing page just like this. And then that's literally it to create a top converting page in minutes with zero Shopify experience. Then step 6 is to get traffic from one channel. So you've got your one sales channel. Now you need one traffic channel. I recommend starting only with meta advertising, which allows you to advertise on Facebook and Instagram simultaneously. Now, this is the exact same process as finding a good landing page. Look up some top Shopify stores in Facebook ad library, especially one similar kind of market to what you're selling in or as close as possible. Then look at how they structure their ads. What copy do they include? What text do they include? Are they running images or videos? And in most cases, you want both. And then try to create your own ads similar to theirs. Make your own content, put your own spin on it. But whatever they're doing now is working. So model your pages and model your ads off of those as a starting point. Now, for what's called user-generated content, where basically you'll just see people holding up phones kind of selfie style and recording videos of them talking about the products, you can get real customers to do that, which is always the best place to start. You can ask friends and family to record little videos, give them a free product, have them record a little video talking about it. Or you can use sites like Influee.co and joinbrands.com to get video ads from other people around the world that are already familiar with creating these that can create video content for you that you can also use in ads. Now for image ads, even simpler. Just use AI again. Use Nano Banana from Google. You can also access that through Gemini, and that's all that's required. Take some ads that are already working for other brands, pop those into Gemini, say, hey, create some like these for my own brand, and that's it for image ads. Now you have the best sales channel, which is Shopify, the best advertising channel, which is Meta. You've got a good product with the right model, either consumable or a high margin one-time purchase product, and you're off to the races in terms of scaling your business. Now, the whole game to scale to $10 million is you start by selling at a slight discount. Your whole point at selling at a discount, even though this isn't Amazon, the game is not the same. You're not so price conscious like it is on Amazon, but you want to get early reviews. You want to incentivize people to buy from you so that you can get real reviews. You want reviews in the form of text and star ratings. You want images of people holding up the product, and you want a handful of video reviews. Then you want to take those and put them on your landing page. Because once you have those real reviews on your landing page combined with all the elements you already put together using AI, modeling what's working for other people, that's going to increase your conversion rate. And then you also take those reviews and you start putting them in your ads. And so that gives you a new source of ads. It gives you a higher conversion rate on your landing page. And that's how you keep scaling your business. Then all you have to do is keep testing your main headline and angle on your landing page and in ads until you really find out what makes people buy this product. Then the last piece is you start testing your offer for the highest upfront average order value. How do you get people to buy as much as humanly possible upfront? Is it offering a 3-pack, a 6-pack, a buy one, get one free? Look at what other people are doing in Facebook ad library. Start there and then start iterating on your own so you make more and more money upfront. Then as long as you're breaking even upfront, meaning if it costs you $50 to get a customer and you make $50 upfront in gross profit, then you just keep increasing your ad spend to scale faster because you'll be getting customers for free. You can resell them the same product or different products in the future, and it costs you nothing because you basically acquire those customers for free upfront. This is how we scaled our business from basically nothing to $600,000 a month in the first year, and how we do over $50 million a year today. This exact same system, these exact same ad channels, these exact same strategies. One last important tip is to improve your product every single reorder. I once met a guy who was a top Amazon seller. At the time, I think he was doing like $2 million a month selling like 12 random products. One of them was an umbrella, and this umbrella had no branding basically, but ended up getting featured on one of the morning shows as one of the top umbrellas you could possibly buy when it was starting to get into kind of the rainy season. And I was like, how did you do it? I was like, how'd you get up to these level of sales? He's like, all I did was every single reorder, I improved my product. I'm like, so simple, so important. So you're going to constantly be improving your ads, improving your funnel, and then all you have to do is keep improving your product every time. And that's how you get to $10 million in 2 years or less. Your goal with all of this is to get to $30K a day in sales, which may sound like a lot today, but it's not insurmountable if you follow these steps. It's going to get easier and easier because as you follow this model, you'll be building a customer list the entire time that you can email and send text to sell even more. So you're not only producing sales from ads, you're also producing sales from all the past people who have already bought from you. Kind of like compound interest, it starts slow and builds and builds and builds, then takes off faster than you think is possible. So if you want to see exactly how we've scaled our business using these steps to $50 million plus per year, subscribe to my channel and watch this video next.